What's up, everyone? Welcome to another electrifying episode of Night Kids After Dark podcast for November 9th, 2023. On this Thursday, I'm your host, BTGplays, alongside my co host, YanoNick. What's going on, man?
What's happening, bro? What's going on? Long time since we've been back, actually.
Yeah, we had life, life gets in the way, but it's cool. We are switching the show to once a week just because of the way life comes at us. It comes at you quick.
Life be life, man.
Yeah, life be life and but other than that, like what have you been up to? Have you been playing any games?
Yes, actually, Sonic All Star was it
Wait, you got Sonic
Sonic?
All-Stars?
I did get Sonic All Stars, and I got Mario Wonder, which actually I've been playing more than I thought I would.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's dope. So you ended up getting both.
I did. I can say having a partner in life helps with those things. So yes.
That's dope. Uh I did not pick up either one of those, but I've heard nothing but good things. To be honest, I haven't picked up any new games. I strangely enough, I've been playing Gotham Knights. I beat it like last week. Uh
What
and
did you think of it?
I'm enjoying it for some reason. Like it's
Really?
yeah, playing it is I the story is actually pretty decent. And I don't know if it's because it's been out a while and they've changed some stuff, but I'm cool with it. It's not Arkham Knight, but it is a fun game to play. It can be clunky at sometimes, but other than that, I'm just having a good time. I like the multiplayer. The multiplayer is enjoyable. I think it's
So
very easy though. The game is easy, so don't
it's funny
expect it to
because
be hard.
we talked about the game for a little bit, and it got terrible reviews. It didn't get good reviews.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm definitely it's different because I'm playing it on Game Pass. It's free. That's makes it a
That
whole lot
helps.
better. But like I said, I've been engaged with it. Like I've been wanting to come back and collect all the new costumes and go around the city and try out the abilities on all four characters. Uh, it's it's interesting because you can beat the main story of the game pretty freaking quick. Uh, and like all the side bosses and stuff, you have to do like side missions to get to their battles, which is I think is a little weird, but like it felt weird in the beginning. Like I was confused on how to play. I was like, well, when am I gonna fight Harley Quinn? Like I've met her so early, but I haven't fought her. Then I came to find out you had to go through their cases and do different parts to get to the final battle with them. And you pretty much do that in the open world. But other than that, it's cool. I like it. Costumes are dope.
Last question I have is because hearing you playing this game versus all the other titles available to your disposal,
That's
I'm
true.
curious what made you decide I want to play Arkham Knights all of a sudden.
Or Gotham Knights. So
Gotham Knights.
it came out on Game Pass, and I was just like, when it's multiplayer. Me and my son saw it, so we started playing
Oh,
together. So when we started playing it together, my daughter got involved too because she wanted to be Batgirl, and so we were all playing it. And it's a fun game when you're playing with people. But like I said, I have found myself playing it on my own. Cool.
wow.
I think it's
All right.
decent. Look, it's a decent
That,
game.
that makes me want to try out the game, honestly.
Yeah. But yeah, other than that, let's get into this podcast. Today's stories include, to be honest, I already forgot. Oh, Rockstar puts out a message about Grand Theft Auto 6. Sony cuts half of the planned live service games. You got Game Award nominees and more because this is Night Kids After Dark podcast where gamers discuss gamer things on Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern right here on twitch.tv/Team Night Kids. If you don't want to watch live, you can always watch later on youtube.com/at Team Night Kids 1, or you can listen on podcast services by searching the four words Night Kids After Dark. Remember, if you like the show ad free, hit that sub button. You won't get an ad for a while though because we ran extra ads because we were having technical difficulties. So to be honest, we might get through this whole episode without an ad, which is cool.
Oh, that would be
Uh,
cool.
yeah, housekeeping. Pretty much we've moved to 1 day a week. Thursday nights. We'll talk about the big stories that week, and then Yano is gonna do his own session with like smaller news that has built up throughout the week, just so we can touch on a lot of the stuff that we want to touch on. Uh, but other than that, anything from you?
Uh, let's see here. Soon. I Yes, I do have. At the end of the month, I will be going out of town and visiting London. So,
Oh yeah, I
my
forgot about
mom's
that.
mom graduated from college. Yes, she graduated from college.
Nice.
Woot! And I will be actually joining her for the graduation. So I will be out for the final week of November. So I will be making my return in December.
Okay, so with that, hey, what's up, Rainbow? With that, so we
Hey.
won't have an episode on Thanksgiving, so that means the last 2 weeks of November, that means no podcast. So that means next week will be our last podcast until December. Yeah, because
Whoa.
you'll be
Yeah.
out the last week of November, I think.
Correct.
Yep. So it should be right. But yeah, all
Uh,
right. Go ahead.
One other thing. So the don't think that we forgot BlurCon videos still being worked on. That is still to come. I'm enjoy editing this one. However, I realize I get into a mode where I don't want to cut things out, and it becomes super long. So I'll be sure to trim it down even further so you guys can enjoy the video. Muted.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, so let's go. It's time to press start, gamers. Let's dive into story number one. Story number one from Rockstar themselves. A message from Rockstar Games. Next month marks the 25th anniversary of Rockstar Games. Thanks to the incredible support of our players worldwide, we have had the opportunity to create games we are truly passionate about without you. None of this would be possible. Okay, without you, none of this would be possible. And we are so grateful to all of you for sharing this journey with us. In 1998, Rockstar Games was founded on the idea that video games could come to be as essential to culture as any other form of entertainment, and we hope that we have created games you love in our efforts to be part of that evolution. We are very excited to let you know that in early December, we will release the first trailer for the next Grand Theft Auto. We look forward to many more years of sharing these experiences with all of you. Thank you, Sam Hauser. So, how does this make you feel?
That is humongous news. Oh man. First off, I think that it's right around the right time because if you think about it, we've been waiting for this for quite some time. We've been playing GTA 5 since 2013. Is that accurate?
Yeah, it's been a little over a decade since Grand Theft Auto 5 came out. And that came out on PS3 and Xbox 360. And
Mhm. Yep.
that was when I first played it. And of course, occasionally jumped in with all the online expansions and stuff. I played it on all the consoles on PC, and yeah, it's been around that long, which is, I mean, yeah, it's crazy that it's been going on for that long and people are still playing Grand Theft Auto. Uh, this is so I think for me, this doesn't hit as hard as I would have liked it. I know before I was like, it's Rockstar. They're just gonna drop the trailer out of nowhere, and they didn't do that. They've announced that it's coming this early December, which kind of lines up with Game Awards at the same time.
Oh, I
So
didn't think about that.
that's kind of weird that they did that. So I'm not expecting to see this trailer at Game Awards just because they've already announced it. Rockstar doesn't need them. And another thing I'd like to touch on is they said the next Grand Theft Auto game. They didn't say Grand Theft Auto 6.
Kentar 6. Yeah. I didn't peep
Like,
that.
yeah, what do you think that means? Do you think we're getting Grand Theft Auto 6? Are we just getting the next game that's just called Grand Theft Auto. We've already seen the leaks. We knew this was coming, but and it, according to the leaks, it looks like it takes place in Vice City. Is this Grand Theft Auto 6 Vice City? Like, what is happening?
You're asking really good questions here because I really was under the assumption that we were getting Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer coming next month. However, now after you've shared this incredible news, or the wording behind is so important that may be that the new Grand Theft Auto is not, because remember the trailer or the leak that we saw, it that almost looked like not even close to a completed game or anything to even showcase in a trailer. So there's a strong chance that this could be a whole new Grand Theft Auto game and not the Grand Theft Auto 6 that we're still waiting on.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, even though it didn't look complete, the graphics did look pretty sick. Uh, I think. Well, what I think the next question would be, what are you expecting, or what do you want in a next Grand Theft Auto? Because I, I don't know. They've done so well. I don't. Do I want more of the same, or do I want something different?
Hmm.
Like Grand Theft Auto 5 has so much. Like, what could you add into it?
So much to do in it. What I want to see from at least this trailer is the things that we essentially wanted from GTA 5, being able to do more with your friends, more with your community. The role playing aspect that we saw or have been seeing, uh the building of your character, having this kind of lifestyle, having careers in this fantasy world. I see more of that actually happening. People having babies and families and all of this. I imagine that they're going to take that
It's
to
gonna
the
be
next level.
Grand Theft Auto Sims.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, yeah, look, we'll see. I like this hasn't hit me as hard. I think when the trailer comes out, that's when it'll really hit me because I'll really be able to see how much it's progressed, and you know, everybody will be able to pick apart the trailer and be like, "Oh no, I saw this, I saw that. It looks like you might have this feature, and you don't run as stupid, and combat might be better." I look, I don't know.
I want to
I
ask our listeners a question. Do How long do you think the trailer is going to be? How long do you think the video is going to be?
mm,
Is it going to be like 30 seconds? Do you think we're going to get a 3 to 5 minute video? What do you think
I
we're going to look at?
I think look for I think for Rockstar Games to announce that a trailer is coming early December, this is going to be a pretty significant trailer. This isn't going to be like a splash screen of Grand Theft Auto 6 and like a little cut. I think it's actually going to have some gameplay in it. We might get an introduction to the story.
Oh, the
Like I
main
think
characters.
yeah, I think this is going to be a pretty significant trailer for them to announce it. Like this is pretty epic for Rockstar Games.
So we got Vice City. Remember, we got GTA 3, and then we got Vice City, and then we got San Andreas. So do you think this is going to be something like that, or is it going to be completely new?
I mean, if I'm going off of what I've already seen, I think we're going back to Vice City. I don't know if I would prefer to go to a new city that we've never heard of. Maybe a new country. That would be dope.
Oh, whoa, country? Oh, wow.
Yeah, that would be dope. It'd just be Grand Theft Auto Yakuza.
I'm excited. Oh my gosh, that would be so cool.
They could do so much stuff with it.
I'm
But
excited.
I'm excited too. But what we're rolling into that, just we got the trailer come out. Uh, it looks like SAG after the strike is gonna be over by the end of this month, or it is over, and they're gonna stop striking by the end of this month. Um, Take Two CEO. This is one of the next stories that involves GTA 6. This is it's going to be okay. Take Two CEO says GTA 6 is completely protected from delays, even if the voice actors strike. because we're going into a whole nother set of strikes. Hey, what's going on, Luca Blossom? But what the strike could mean for GTA 6, as they continue to hash out a new contract with the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers, video game actors are not striking from video game work just yet. And because SAG after had to do with like television and stuff, but like we talked about a few episodes back, they're going after video games and voice actors now. But apparently GTA 6 is going to be protected. Video game actors are not striking for video games work just yet, but they did authorize a strike back in September if union negotiators feel one is necessary during negotiations. Now, I do not think we are going to get a strike for voice actors because after after, I think that the video game companies are just going to be like, look, we're going to give you what you want, but we can't afford to not have you guys involved.
Yes, they understand the importance of voice actors and their work.
100%. And I kind of think the game industry is in a unique place right now. Uh,
How so?
we're coming out of a pandemic where video games have seen the biggest growth in ever in the industry. Uh, they're making the most money ever. They're competing with all the other media, but we're starting to see declines in a lot of that stuff now as well.
Yep.
Um, and this leads me into our story number two, which I think this has to be a part of it, is from Polygon. Michael McWhirter, Sony's plan for 12 live service PlayStation games by 2026 just got cut in half. Shortly after Sony acquired Destiny developer Bungie, the PlayStation maker announced an ambitious plan to launch more than 10 live service games by the end of Sony's 2025 fiscal year. A year later, that plan became slightly more clear. Sony wanted 12 live service games on PlayStation by then. But according to an update from Sony President, COO, and CFO Hiroki Totoki, the company now plans to have just 6 online multiplayer games released by the end of Sony's 2025 fiscal year, which will end March 31st, 2026. The rest will come later, Totoki said. Totoki said in comments translated to English that Sony still has 12 live service titles planned, but the company is currently reviewing them in order to meet gamers' expectations and to ensure that those games will be played and liked for a long time. Mid to long term, we want to expand this kind of service, Totoki said. That's the unchanged policy of our company. But he stressed that quality should be most important when it comes to launching new live service games. Sony hasn't confirmed what the 12 titles are, but we know some of them. And we may also know why some of them have slipped beyond Sony's fiscal year 25 target. Developer Naughty Dog is currently developing a new multiplayer experience set in The Last of Us fiction, but that game needs more time before it's ready to be shown, the studio said in May. Sony owned Bungie is also working on a new marathon game, but the colorful extraction shooter was reportedly recently delayed to at least 2025. There's also a new multiplayer game based on Guerrilla Games' Horizon franchise as an online co-op combat game set in a fantasy London from PlayStation's London studios. The PlayStation maker is right to be cautious about its live service game projects. 2023 has been particularly rough since 4 live service games with titles like Babylon's Fall, Crossfire X, Gundam Evolution, Vampire the Masquerade, Blood Hunt, Rumbleverse, and Knockout City being either shuttered or development on them being discontinued. So, I think that the struggling, like economy and everything else, live service games might be dying. You Luca Blossom, Yannick's. Oh, got you. But yeah, live service games are struggling. Bungie's had one of the worst years ever, and they just got picked up by Sony and are owned by Sony. And they've had the worst pre-orders ever. This is the lowest amount of players they've ever had. And Bungie was brought on to be the consultant for Sony's 12 live service PlayStation games that they want to launch.
I have to say, I was hit hard when they told us Rumbleverse was no longer going to be on serve. They said it was going to make a comeback, but we haven't heard hide nor hair of their comeback. So yeah, a lot of these games were doing fantastic during the pandemic. Everyone was home and everything.
Right.
But
Everybody was
now,
home and had time to keep up with these games. Now we're right back to not having time. And there's so many games that have been come out and been released. Single player games, AAA titles have made like a huge impact this year. More people are migrating to single player campaign games. Uh,
mhm.
but this is a bad omen for live service.
Did we see this coming? Do you feel like we saw some of this?
Did we see it coming? I think I felt like I felt it in my own personal life. Like I was one of the biggest Bungie fans ever. Like Destiny was my game, and I haven't played it for like the past 2 or 3 years now. Not even during the pandemic. Typically I would pre-order every time an expansion would come out, but not this time. And it's come to like the quality, the repetitiveness, and to be honest, the money. Like you're spending so much money on these live service games, and I don't feel like we're getting enough out of them. And I don't think the formula can be continued unless like that you're like one of the big ones like Fortnite, and
Oh
those
yeah,
are
for
technically battle royale.
yeah.
So
Apex and what's the other one? PUBG. Yeah.
Warzone.
A lot of those. Warzone. Yeah, definitely. They got a big so you're right. If unless you're one of the big names, you're not going to be able to survive this unless you switch it up or do something new, which is expensive.
For sure. But yeah, we'll see. Sony's still planning the 6 games to come out. Um, I don't know how I don't know how well these live service games will perform. Um, it just seems like the player base is migrating to single player campaigns.
Hmm. Well, with that being said, that brings up another topic of do you see esports? How do you feel about esports? Do you feel like surely the competitive gaming market has not been crippled or hurt by the change of times?
Let's see. This comes from IGN. Uh, Cat Bailey, Overwatch's league officially ending as Blizzard focuses on new direction. A 6-year-old league struggled with team departures and amid declining interest. 6 years after its glitzy launch, Blizzard's grand experiment appears to be over. Blizzard has confirmed in a statement to IGN that it is transitioning from Overwatch League, seemingly spelling the end for the competition once billed as the future of esports. We are transitioning from Overwatch League and evolving competitive Overwatch in a new direction. An Activision Blizzard spokesperson told IGN, "We are grateful to everyone who made OWL." I didn't even know. I didn't know OWL was the abbreviation, but that's cool. Made OWL possible and remain focused on building our vision of revitalized esports program. We are excited to share details with you all in the near future. Blizzard's statement follows earlier reports of a vote that would determine the league's fate at the end of the season, which wrapped on October 1st, with the grand finales that Kotaku described as beautiful and depressing. Teams were given an opportunity to sign on to an updated operate agreement with a cash payout of $6 million for teams that opted not to continue. Activision Blizzard has previously noted that Overwatch League revenue comprises less than 1% of the company's net revenues. The end of Overwatch League doesn't necessarily mean the end of competitive Overwatch. Overwatch League Commissioner Sean Miller has previously said that Blizzard remains committed to a competitive ecosystem in 2024 and beyond, whatever that ultimately looks like. In the meantime, the Toronto Defiant are paying tribute to the Owl, excuse me, in their own unconventional way.
Hmm. I do want to say that it's good to hear that Blizzard plans on continuing and that they're showing that signs that it doesn't mean that this is the end of their competitive gaming scene, but it does seem like they are taking us in a step in a different direction for their Overwatch competitive league.
It seems weird that, well, not even weird, that all these things are taking a hit. Dang, throat.
Taking a hit around the same time.
Yeah, because it seems like the economy is having a bigger effect on the gaming industry than it did in the pandemic. It's almost like we had this huge boost during the pandemic and everybody's trying to take advantage of it. And now money has gone into the wrong places. We're getting layoffs everywhere. Bungie just had a bunch of layoffs. All these companies are having layoffs, but they continue to push the consumer to spend more money and buy these games and contribute and do all this. But we're losing a lot of people who make these games and who have made these games great. You're seeing a lot of developers and programmers for these games that have been in the industry for years. And they've come to a point where they're like, you know what? I love this, but what am I doing this for now? So we're losing these genius people that are deciding to change career paths and go somewhere else because of, I don't know, let's capitalism and how much it they're not getting what they deserve. We talked about
It's
crunch and we thought companies were taking care of crunch, but crunch doesn't really matter now when you don't have a job.
no. It's scary to think about because now these changes are shown. It has a ripple effect. We get to see this is the early signs. I mean, technically this is the late signs in my personal opinion, but n- this isn't the end of it. We are going to see more of this affecting things, and we already knew that the strike was also going to show signs as well. It's a combination of things happening all around the same time.
But then
Um,
also at the same time, we're having one of the best year in games that were released. Like it makes no sense. It's crazy.
I do want to see what happens, or what they're going to say about uh, the video game awards. Once we know, we're gonna have an idea of what games are, what games win, or with the nominees, and all of those things. Those things are gonna play a huge role in what I guess some of these developers are going to look at as what they're going to go for in the future. See what works, what doesn't work.
Yeah, and the Game Awards is coming. That's early December as well. Uh,
Hmm.
and if you are tuned in on November 13th, they're doing a global live stream for announcements of the nominees for the Game Awards. There's over more than 30 categories that are going to be revealed. And I guess the biggest question is, which games do you think are up for Game of the Year?
I think Tears of the Kingdom for sure is going to be one of them. Uh, I always forget what games come out because we talk about them all year round, and then all of a sudden, here comes the video game awards, and we're just like, what did we play?
What, right.
Starfield and
So yeah, you got Tears of the Kingdom. I don't. Starfield was cool. I don't think it's gonna be for Game of the Year. Baldur's Gate 3, I think that will be a
oh, Baldur's
contender.
Gate for
I
sure.
mean, Spider-Man 2, that could
Yep.
be a contender. I haven't played Alan Wake 2, but I've heard
Oh,
nothing but good things about that. What else did you have this weird year? You had Armor Core 6. I mean, that might be my own
oh,
personal game of the year.
I didn't
Um,
even play that.
it was just so many games that came out, but
Oh, so Mortal Kombat 1. I've never seen a fighting game make it to the nominees though.
true, true, true.
Diablo 4.
Oh yeah, shoot,
That
I forgot Diablo 4 came out as well.
hmm big deal.
Um, what else?
Uh Hogwarts. We got Hogwarts.
Wait,
That
was
was
that this
good.
year?
2020, early 2023, yes.
Wow. That one came out so early and it was such a great game.
But we talked about that. We said that it came out so early that we're wondering if it was going to be part of 2022 or if it's going to be part of 2023, and it was part of 2023.
Crazy.
We
uh,
got Street Fighter 6, Final Fantasy, what is that? 16,
Resident Evil
Jedi
4.
Survivor. Oh my gosh, Resident
That
Evil
was
4.
that was turned out to be like probably one of the best remakes ever.
I don't see Forspoken being one of the nominees.
Oh,
I
no, no,
wanted that
no,
game. I
no.
wanted that game to do well. I even got a chance to play the early demos or beta of the game, and even then, I didn't see it doing making it to Game of the Year.
What will be? Let's see. Oh shoot! Final Fantasy 16 also came out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think
Fire Emblem that came out early this year.
I don't see that being in the Game of the Year talks, but like I said, there was a lot of good games this year. What I think, what is your what is your gonna what is gonna be your personal Game of the Year?
I wanted to say Diablo. I wanted to say Diablo 4, but I don't know, man. After the first, what was it? What was it? See, this after the season 1, or what was that
Yeah,
update
the
that they
first
had?
season.
Yeah,
So
it almost
the second season wasn't good. Apparently, this season that just came out recently is supposed to be really good, and like they've done a lot of changes. I haven't got the chance to even play it. Uh,
Mhm. I haven't returned since the first season.
but let's just say personally, like all the other games aside, what is your game of
Okay.
the year personally?
Game of the year personally would have to be I'm gonna go with Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. That's my personal. I wanted to do well, but I don't see it winning.
Yeah, that's fine. I think for me, damn, my personal game of the year that I had the most fun with
Pikmin
this
4.
year. No, I didn't get Pikmin 4, but let me make sure because when did Jedi Survivor came out this year, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So Jedi Survivor is between Jedi Survivor and Armor Core 6.
Wow.
Man, I
I
really
thought you were
wish
gonna put Hogwarts in there.
that was it was a good game. It was great. I had a fantastic time with it. But I don't Jedi Survivor was just such a big change from the first one that I was like, man, they took everything they knew from the first game, brought that back, and then everything we didn't like made it better. It's just a good game. But of
I
course,
still haven't played it.
oh, it's so good. I can't even talk about it because it'd be so many spoilers. And they need to just go ahead and bring
Do a
Cal
movie?
Kestis. They need to do a TV show. I need to see Cal Kestis in a Disney Disney live action series. Hmm. But those
It's
would
a
be
matter
my
of
two
time.
games. Yeah, for sure. Oh, I think that's it for our main stories. Oh no, the last main story. Let's go ahead and roll with this one, and then we'll go into other news that came out throughout the week or the past couple of weeks that we just want to touch base on. Uh, this comes from IGN. Turn 10's Alan Hartman promoted to head of Xbox Game Studios. Wait, there's another story with Xbox too. So Alan Hartman was promoted to the new head of Xbox Game Studios, but somebody else was promoted to Xbox too.
New CEO of Xbox.
Yeah, so the new CEO, let me see, new CEO of Xbox. She made history, didn't she?
She sure did.
Or the new, wait,
Is it the new
new
president or
president.
CEO? Ah, president. Got it mixed up.
Why is this not in the news more? Where is it? Sorry, guys. This is very important, and we
You
shouldn't
know,
have this
news
story.
on the fly taking place. Oh, the Steam. Okay. Okay.
Oh my God. Sarah Bond. Okay. So Sarah Bond is the new president of Xbox, making her the first black woman in the role at a major gaming company. So she's making history here. Microsoft has appointed a new leader to take charge of the future of the top brands its own. Following Microsoft's acquisition of Activision Blizzard, the tech giant named Sarah Bond as the president of Xbox, The Verge reports. Alongside Bond, Microsoft promoted Matt Booty as president of game content and studios, which includes responsibility over new acquisition, ZeniMax, and then you also got Alan Hartman from Turn 10, who develops Forza, as the new head of Xbox Game Studios. So a lot of changes are happening in Xbox. It looks like it's for the best. Um, Maybe because Xbox did just have like a huge thing that popped up where uh Microsoft employees were getting Xbox Game Pass for free. Now they can't get it for free and they have to pay for it
Oh
at a
wow.
discounted price, which kind of blows my mind because you just spent $69 billion on Activision and now your employees can't even get Xbox Game Pass for free. Now, Phil Spencer Phil Spencer said he didn't know anything about it. So I'm looking here probably in the next couple of weeks we'll get a reversal on that. Like that's ridiculous. But yeah, you want to work at a company, you want to enjoy the perks too. And what's the point if I can't even get Game Pass for free?
It almost sounds similar to a friend of ours who works at Amazon but doesn't get Amazon Prime for free. I always find that interesting.
Yeah, that's pretty weird, right? But yeah, so that's pretty big news for Xbox. They're getting a lot of changes. Uh, Bobby Kotick will remain CEO of Activision Blizzard until the end of 2023, but all of that will be changing soon. And that really ends our stories, our main stories.
And with that being said, we have put together some short stories of some of the news that has passed by the weeks. And one of them being, as some of you know, we played Half Life, the first game, live on Twitch. And it was a fun ride. It was wonderful. But we recently found out that Half Life got an update, a mysterious update for Half-Life 1 heads ahead of its 25th anniversary. That's correct. Its 25th anniversary. Half-Life just got an update. There wasn't a time wait, there was a time Valve could do no wrong, releasing hit games after hit games. And then all of a sudden, they kind of just fell to the wayside on the games side and
Yeah,
just
what
focused on
happened?
their
Like, I did,
platform.
that's crazy. Oh, I guess they just said, "Fuck it, we got Steam."
That's it. I mean, they really did, and that's where they put a lot of their times. However, they recently found that an update for the first game had to come out. Let's see here, updating the game so it includes for Linux, Mac OS, as well as other languages have been updated so that in Spanish, German, Korean. So if you're wanting to play this game, Half-Life, the original game, you have a lot more updates, a lot more bugs fixes. The language has been updated. So I'm wondering,
But
no,
why?
it's not that's
Why did they
now
come out
let's
with this update?
now we're getting into the nitty-gritty. No, it's probably not Half-Life 3. Let's get straight to the point here. It's probably not Half-Life 3, but it is most likely getting people ready and set up for something else. We know that RTX version of Half-Life 2 is in the works. So maybe the OG is getting similar treatment given the legendary status the 1998 November 19th game has gotten. Release has left quite the impact on the first person shooter genre. This game changed the world for a lot of us, actually.
It did.
So
Do you want a
it
Half-Life
actually
3 or would you prefer that they just come out with something new?
real talk, I never finished Half-Life 2, and I want to finish it before Half-Life 3 is even announced. So, yes, I do want Half-Life 3. Am I one of the people who feel as though I need it before I die? Probably not, but I would very much so like to get a Half-Life 3. And the reason for it is every time they come out with a Half-Life game, it changes or um updates the gaming world. After Half-Life 1, we saw Counter-Strike blow up. We all enjoyed the mod that came out thanks to Half-Life that then became
This
Counter-Strike. Then we got Half-Life 2. Then we got a whole biggity bunch of great storytelling and great graphics and everything. And that's it. We really haven't seen nor done anything with that outside of we got Portal 1, Portal 2, then we got what was that most recent Half-Life game? It's something
Oh,
with the
Half-Life
A.
Alex.
That's it. That was a great game. Then they came out with something else. So yes, they're coming out with games, but we're not getting Half-Life 3, and I'm concerned that we're not going to get another Half-Life game for quite some time.
Well, while you're waiting for Half-Life, there is some other news that could possibly make you a little happier. I don't understand why they waited till now. We should have got this during Halloween, but take a look, guys.
Fun fact, Chucky is coming to Dead by Daylight this month.
this
Why
holiday
not
season
in
comes a toy
October?
you'll
Who
simply
knows?
die for.
Over the years,
Your
we've
new
seen
best
plenty of
friend is
crossovers
back
with Dead
with
by Daylight. Now it's Chucky's turn, as the latest reveals trailer shows that the killer doll from Chucky Child's Play films will be making his way to the behavioral interactive horror title.
Let's take a look at the trailer.
This holiday season comes a toy you'll simply die for. Your new best friend is back with his signature stripes and lifelike eyes. This good guy is always ready for some fun. You'll want to keep an eye on him. You never know what trouble he'll get into next. If you lose track of him, don't fret. He'll always find his way back to you. Bring home your friend till the end. 'Cause if you don't,
You're dead. You hear me? Dead.
disassembly of parts, body and otherwise, may be required. Good Guys is not responsible for maiming, dismemberment, amputation, laceration, strangulation, bodily harm, or death of any kind. Adult supervision recommended.
So November
I know that's
28th,
right.
Chucky is coming to Dead by Daylight. I'm coming back to play this just for Chucky. It, this almost looks like it's going to be cheesy. Like,
Too
bro,
cheesy?
it looks like he's going to be cheesy. Because I don't think they have like any small killers. Like,
They got one.
ooh,
And I don't think it's just the one small killer. What's the one that the baby jumps on your back and
yeah, but
and
isn't
then
that two killers?
it is two killers. However, I can see they can work with that and make how they would do the Chucky. But am I tripping and thinking that hearing the Chucky's feet running around on the
It's
ground,
terrifying.
it's terrifying. And
I
we
don't
get a
like
new
it.
map.
Oh, we get a new map with this too.
Yeah.
So I haven't been back because we recently had the alien one with the new alien map. I haven't been back for that, but with the combination of Alien and Chucky, you know, I Dead by Daylight, you guys are doing a fantastic job.
I think so.
Good job.
Whoever's on their team, they're making the right calls.
Yeah, I just wish this came out during Halloween, but I guess they didn't want to flood it up because
Yeah.
Alien came out for Halloween, I believe.
Yep. The beginning of the month.
Dang, man, that's great, fantastic. I'm all
And
about
our
that.
final update is where I just had it, and oh, here we go. So Steam Deck OLED is a premium dose of personality. BTG, you know a little bit more about this one. Do you mind letting our listeners and viewers know?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so we all know what the Steam Deck is. Steam Deck is Steam's portable PC handheld. They released one. It's done fantastic. Now they're already coming out with a new version, and this is the Steam Deck OLED. Uh, this is I think this is a significant upgrade, not power wise, but with everything else. You're getting a bigger battery. Bet the joysticks are better. The feel of the console's better. It has a OLED screen which uses less power. It has double the brightness, so it goes up to 1,000 nits, and you're still getting a shitload of battery life. They increase the battery life a lot with this thing. Now, it just looks overall just like a better. It's pretty much like almost feels like the original Steam Deck was the prototype, and they were like, all right,
Oh,
now we know what to fix. And it wasn't the original Steam Deck wasn't bad at first at all either. But this one, if you were thinking about it getting a Steam Deck or a Asus ROG or any of the PC handhelds, this is the one to get. It's at a pretty fair price, about 550 for the or 600 for the terabyte version. It has expandable memory. They've made it easier to repair. You don't have to remove the back case of the Steam Deck to replace the screen anymore. They just made this more consumer friendly overall. And this is a big deal because the one thing that they didn't do is they didn't upgrade like the graphics card or the processing power. They did change the chip. It's the same chip, just a smaller chip that's more power efficient. So it's not like the original Steam Deck owners don't have to feel like, oh man, you guys already came out with a new one like a year after the first one. Like, what the hell? Uh, I think this is a huge upgrade that if you were thinking about it, go ahead and get it. And then this comes along with the rumors of the new Nintendo Switch that
oh yeah.
may possibly be more powerful. But this is the Steam Deck's probably gonna be the best handheld out right now.
That's a big deal considering it's around the holidays. We know Sony has their handheld device out now. Is am I correct? I believe
Oh well,
as BTG checks that.
that's the PlayStation Portal. Uh, and that's not. I don't really consider that a handheld. It's more like an accessory to your PS5.
It definitely is an accessory because you can only really use it around the same house, correct?
Ye
Wherever your PS5 is.
no, so it actually works over. It's pretty much remote play. They don't promote that you use it over Wi-Fi, like really far from your console, but you could do that if you wanted to. That's more for you if you want to play remotely in your household, is what they
Okay.
promote it as. But I've heard nothing but good things about it. It's a very specific audience, but from those that have it, they seem to like it.
It's interesting because we have a lot of handhelds coming out this around what is it between last year and to this year. We're seeing more and more handhelds. It's almost as if they see that people are going in the direction of wanting to be mobile with their gaming. We know already cell phone games is something that people every just about everyone has a some kind of cell phone game, whether it's a uh puzzle word game or it's a complex, massive online multiplayer game. But we know people game on the go. One thing I have not
Ooh,
seen
bigger
though.
screen too. Didn't know that.
Oh, and it has a bigger screen.
Bigger
One thing's
screen
for
than the
sure.
Switch OLED too. What? Crazy.
We have not, or at least I haven't. Perhaps our listeners and viewers have, but personally, I have not seen anyone walking around actually playing a Steam Deck or what's the other one that
The
LG.
Asus
I
ROG.
haven't seen
Oh, the
or the
LG one. Oh, I
Asus.
forgot about that one.
None of these I have seen anyone actually playing. The only thing I've seen people playing out in public is the Nintendo Switch, and there was another handheld device that they were playing, but I couldn't recognize it.
I don't know. I mean, it is pretty crazy. I didn't realize the Steam Deck was only $400 compared to the Switch OLED, which was $350. But if you're looking at the specs here, you're getting more memory storage than the Steam Deck or the OLED with their base model. You're getting 512 gigabytes off the break. You're getting a 7.4-inch screen compared to the 7-inch screens
Oh wow.
that are on the Switch and the Steam Deck. And this is HDR OLED touchscreen. The refresh rate is now at 90 hertz. You get new Bluetooth, new Wi-Fi 6E, which is great. Bigger battery. The battery life of the new Steam Deck is 3 to 12 hours compared to the 2 to 8 hours that was on the original Steam Deck and the 4.5 hours to 9 hours on the Switch. Look, it's almost a no-brainer. Almost. Shoot, yeah. It says it supports 8K at 60 hertz, 4K at 120 hertz. This is a big deal.
It almost makes me wonder if, like, for example, who are you buying it for? Are you getting this as a gift? Because we constantly see Nintendo Switch being purchased as a gift, but we're not seeing. How often do you see a Steam Deck being purchased as a gift, or any other kind of handheld outside of Nintendo's?
You know, I don't know, but the more and more I see it, the more I want it.
that's that's the number one thing.
It like look the the lower as my time decreases, being able to play my computer games on a handheld device is looking more and more appealing. Like there are so many times where I'm like, dang, I wish I could just hop in the bed and play some anything. You know what I mean? And you know,
Man,
I think this is where it comes to, right? The Switch is typically my indie device. Like I play my indie games on it. If I get a Steam Deck where I can play my AAA games and my indie games, man,
so
pretty much sold, man.
I
Crazy.
do want one,
I do too.
but
I really want one
I
now.
I would be lying if I said right now I'm not playing F-Zero 99. I'm not playing Mario Wonder or Sonic All Stars. You know that
That's true, but I think it comes down to more of how long is that going to last for you, right?
good point.
Because
I am almost done with one of them.
eventually you're going to be done with those, and then your Switch is going to go back into its dot for another 6 or
For
7 months.
later.
Right, exactly. Like it's yeah, that sucks. It sucks. Come on, Nintendo, give me my new Switch. I need a new more power. But yeah, I think with that is the last side story that we had. We talked a little longer than expected, but for sure.
You know how it goes.
Yep. And with that, before we get out of here, let's go into games coming out this week. Oh, you know what? I got some more side stuff to talk about. Did you know there's a new Hunger Games coming out? I didn't think it's a
I
TV show.
did.
Is it a TV show?
I thought it was a movie, and I thought it was a prequel to what's going on in the Hunger Game
Is
world
it?
or
Because I think
universe.
it comes out this month. The
No
Ballad of
way.
Song. Oh, maybe it is a film. Hunger Games Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. 2.5 hours. It is a movie. Comes out November 13th. Out of nowhere. Viola Davis is in it. Peter Dinklage is in it.
Oh yeah, this is the prequel. I thought this is the
Oh.
first Hunger Games,
Oh.
and it's 2.5 hour long movie.
Did not. This dope.
I do watch the Hunger Games, so I'm interested.
Oh. Dang, remember we forgot one of the biggest stories. So we'll just touch on it. It's official. Nintendo is making a Legend of Zelda freaking movie, live action movie. I forgot all about that.
They're working with Sony on it.
Yeah, what do you real quick before I go to games coming out this week? What are you expecting from this?
All right. I'm expecting Link to actually have a voice. We're not
Okay,
gonna hear
yeah,
him go
for
"Heh,
sure.
huh." We're gonna
Yeah,
get that.
there's no way
I
I'm
do
watching
feel
a
this.
2-hour movie or hour and a half movie with Link not saying a damn thing.
I think that Ganon is going to
Voiced by
be
Chris
in.
Pratt.
Oh no way!
I'm just kidding.
Ganon is going to be super interesting because no matter how you do Ganon, Ganon is going to be just a evil character. He's going to be bad to the bone. He's not going to be Bowser, Jet Black kind of hilarious, but at the same time menacing. He's going to be evil. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with Hyrule and all the characters of Hyrule. um I look forward to seeing Zelda. Oh man, I want to see if Zelda actually plays. No spoilers, but if they are going to have Zelda doing other things in there, it's going to be a good time.
We'll
The
see.
music is also going to be fantastic.
We shall see. Games coming out this week. You got The Invincible, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, S, PC. Came out already, November 6th. Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2 came out November 7th, and apparently this game is a banger. They've had huge improvements. This game only comes out like what, a year later than the original,
Hmm.
and it's got an 8 out of 10. I've seen 9s out of 10s. It looks good, man. I might give it a shot, but it's out on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. Salt and Sacrifice on Switch, November 7th. The Forest Cathedral on PlayStation 5, November 7th. Risk of Rain Returns, Switch and PC, November 8th. 9 Years of Shadows on Switch, November 9th. Berserk Recharged, that's a lot of indie games, November 9th on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. Like a Dragon Gaiden, The Man Who Erased His Name, that came out today, and it has an 8 out of 10. PlayStation 5, Xbox
Ooh.
Series XS, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 comes out tomorrow on P5,
Pre-order.
Xbox XS, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. Is that for the pre-order?
No. It comes out tomorrow.
Okay.
I kind of want to get it, but I'm just saying pre-order. Like I'm tempted to get it, but I don't need to spend any more money on
Uh,
games right now.
I am. Here's the thing. I think I'm going to get Modern Warfare 3 strictly for multiplayer because I've heard terrible things about the campaign, and that
Oh,
sucks.
yeah, that does suck.
I've heard this is probably one of the worst campaigns in Call of Duty,
That's not good to hear.
especially after a $69 billion acquisition. What the hell?
well, this is before, so
Yeah,
hopefully they
whatever.
fix that.
They've been knowing they're about to get taken over for like over a year now. But yeah, that's the games coming out this week.
Fun fact, I
Go
just
ahead.
want to share with you. Nickelodeon Brawl Stars actually came out in October 5th, 2021. So just wanted to share. It's been 2 years.
Oh well, it's still a quick turnaround. But I've heard nothing but good things about it, and I'm tempted to get it just to mess around with it. I wish I could get it for free, but whatever. All right. So with that, we will see you guys next Thursday before we go on another break. We appreciate you guys showing us support. And then remember, this has been Night Kids After Dark podcast, where gamers discuss gamer things. every Thursday live at 8:30 p.m. Eastern right here on twitch.tv/Team Night Kids. And yeah, we'll see you guys later. Bye.